And I'm surprised you haven't yet endorsed President Trump in this re-election campaign. So I was kind of waiting for the Rand Paul endorsement.
You may still see it. We'll see. I've told the campaign I'm open to endorsing, but I want to hear more. What I want to hear from Donald Trump is, one, that the $8 billion that was borrowed in his first administration isn't going to happen again. I want to hear that there are not going to be any more lockdowns. I want to hear that Anthony Fauci was a mistake and should have been fired. And I want a steadfast, ironclad promise that if Trump is elected, he will open all of the spigots of federal records on COVID and let me thoroughly investigate NIH for the malfeasance and the cover-up that happened, and that heads will roll at HHS, NIH, and any place else that tried to cover up that COVID came from a lab in Wuhan. If that happens, you still may see an endorsement. I'm just not quite there yet.
Well, I'm not an official spokesperson, but I can tell you from my experiences, I happen to know him rather well. He agrees with everything you just said. Everything you just said. And he wants to cut taxes, and he wants to curb spending, and he wants to direct. I mean, how can you not have a Rand Paul endorsement? He's exactly what you're asking for.
There is a possibility, but I will tell you this, Larry. There are people who will vote for an independent candidate. There are people who are worried that the response to COVID was tepid, that there was an embracement of lockdowns, there was an embracement of closing the schools, and that there are people who want to hear more. It's not just me. And so me endorsing the president doesn't bring all those people along. They need to hear that people like Anthony Fauci were a disgrace to the country and ought to be prosecuted, that David Morenz, his 20-year assistant, who was deleting emails and getting rid of evidence, will be prosecuted.
Oh, all right.
And that it will be all the way. And I think when people hear that, there's several percentage points more of the libertarian-minded among us that could come to Trump, but he has to work harder at getting that vote, including mine.
I'll pass that along. I'll pass that along. Senator Rand Paul, thank you, sir.